last Friday. There's been a number of public opinion polls that have been published. We'll just take a second to quickly go over those. On Monday of this week, we had a Polera poll done for and in conjunction with Maclean's magazine that actually showed the PC party at 40% support, the NDP at 30%, which is significant, and the Ontario Liberals at 23%. Similar timing, Abacus data reported, I should say too, the Polera poll was 1,010 people sample size, so it was fairly large. Abacus data reported the PC party at 35%, and both the NDP and the Liberals at 29%. For the Liberals, that's one of the higher numbers they've had in recent polling. A couple of days later, Ipsos, on behalf of Global News, did a poll, and Abacus was 1,755 people sample size, so it was a large poll. Ipsos poll for Global News, 1,197 respondents, showed the PC party with 40% support, the NDP at 29%, and the Ontario Liberals at 26%. And just yesterday, it was reported in Post Media that Forum Research had done a poll, 777 people, so a smaller sample size, that showed the PC party again at 40%, the NDP at 33%, and the Liberal Party at 22%. So there seems to be a trend here. The Ford PC vote seems to have stabilized at around 40%. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Recall that in the wake of the leadership heading into this campaign period, they were actually in the mid-40s. We were seeing 44, 45, 46%. That seems to have trended down a little bit, but still very comfortable at 40%. And when your two opponents are both relatively evenly split, 40% means a significant majority government will be elected on June the 7th. All of these polls have various seat projections, a lot of interesting questions that are below kind of the main horse race numbers. I found it interesting that in one of the polls, 62% of people, so what they call the available voter pool, 62% of people said they would look at or at least consider the NDP, whereas the other two parties both had their voter pools in the 40s. So Andrea Horwath is sitting in a good place. She seems to have momentum on her side. She seems to have a large number of people that are willing to at least look at her party and what they've put in the window. And significantly as well, when people are asked, is there any party that you will absolutely not vote for under any circumstances, as much as people are unhappy with the Liberal government, it was actually the NDP has the smallest number of people that will absolutely rule them out. So I think it's safe to say the past week has been a very good week for Andrea Horwath and the NDP. She did well in the first televised leaders debate that we were just talking about with Tom. Certainly seems like her positive campaign has got some traction with people. We have not yet seen a Liberal platform. We expect to see one next week. I'm not sure of the contents of it. I'm not even sure that it's completely finished as of today, given what's happening with the polls, that the Liberals may be actually doing some adjusting to it before it goes out. That's not based on any insider information. That's just our view on things. We may or may not see a formal platform document from the PC party. Doug Ford announced a middle-class tax cut this week. He announced a $5 billion transit plan this week. So he's kind of making an announcement a day, but we've not seen a document such as the People's Guarantee, which that party had published back in November. The NDP platform has been out for some time. If you're interested in taking a look at it, on their website, ontariondp.ca/platform, it's there, and it's available for you to see, and Andrea Horwath, of course, will be talking about it throughout the duration of the campaign. There is a leaders debate today, Friday, May 11th, taking place in the north just as the CP24 debate was very much urban Toronto kind of issues, this debate is about northern issues, and there are more ridings at play in the north than there have been in the past. So it's an important debate for all the parties, and all three leaders will want to do very well there.